Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is JT from Above Below the Belt. I want to talk about Tyson Fury. Is they saying reporting that he's not gonna take the rematch with Deontay Wilder right now? And my opinion is on that is one thing is he got a five fight deal for what I think 100 million. But now they're saying that it might not be $100 million. We don't know. We don't know exactly how much it is, but at the same time he on ESPN and he's with Bob Aaron. But one thing is with that is that was going to have a conflict with the rematch. So I mean he said that he wanted to. He told Tyson Fury this is what reported over the over different sites and stuff like that. That he told Tyson. Tyson Fury told Frank Warren that he wanted to make the fight with Deontay Wilder. He wants the rematch again. He don't want nobody else but Deontay Wilder. But one thing is, I guess it was just smoke and mirrors at the same time, or a lie. So I like Tyson Fury. One thing is, I still think that he won that fight. But let me tell you this: I think he won that fight. I'm not sure. I gotta look at the tape. I gotta look at the tape again, and decide from there who won that fight at the same time. So, but the thing about it is, him not want the rematch, and tells you a lot about Deontay Wilder, because I remember Andre Ward said Deontay Wilder don't want to go through that no more, but I guess he was wrong. It's Tyson Fury, because me and my brother was we was looking at the press conference after Deontay and Tyson Fury fought, and Tyson Fury when he got up there to the podium, whatever, and was talking, he didn't want to talk about the rematch. He didn't want to talk about that at all. He was just talking about he wanted to go back to his wife and his kids and stuff like that. And or just talk about the fight that happened, previous to till he got to the talk about the first fight. I'm talking about Tyson Fury. But at the same time, the thing with that, man, he didn't want to talk about the rematch, and it seemed like he was kind of a little hesitant of taking the rematch. Then it seemed like to me and my brother what we was talking about, and I guess me and my brother was right. He didn't take the fight right now. Do that mean he's ducking Deontay Wilder? Let me tell you this. I think he almost got a 50-50 deal off the first fight, and this fight coming in that I know that I just discovered like yesterday. Did my research a little bit. He was gonna get a 50-50 deal for this fight. So that tells you a lot about Deontay Wilder. He's a fair guy. Even though Tyson Fury don't have no belts because he lost his belts from outside of the ring purpose. The thing about it is he gave him a 50-50 deal. It was no reason for him not to take the fight. Or whatever. The judges, possibly might got it wrong and possibly might got it right. I don't know. But at the same time, nobody didn't come out with a loss. But it's just kind of it's not you go off the first fight, but if it ended in the draw, you gotta have a rematch. You gotta see who is the real heavyweight champion of the heavyweight division. You know what I'm saying? Or who should have that belt, that WBC belt. You know what I'm saying? I definitely say that. But I'll tell you this at the same time. Well, all that I just said, you know what I'm saying, and that shows you how Deontay Wilder is is a fair guy. I said that. He's the hard-hitting puncher in the heavyweight division. He is, and psychologically, he's strong. He got a strong will about him. You know what I'm saying? He's psychologically, he's over everybody in the heavyweight division. That tells you right there another thing about him too. He's very confident guy. And he's getting better in every fight. I would definitely say that, because I would say that in this fight he overshot himself. He was over anxious and and reluctant to throw that right hand to connect. And on a platform like this is the first time his pay-per-view fight. So I don't expect him to do that on his second pay-per-view fight or rematch with Tyson Fury, which I think it will happen. I think it will happen, but you never know. You know what I'm saying? It might not never happen. I won't be surprised at what happens in boxing now these days. But at the same time, it tells you a lot about Deontay Wilder. But Tyson Fury, I can understand him not taking the fight in his Bob Aaron and Frank Warren telling him not to take the fight. Even his father and his wife after the fight with Deontay Wilder, they didn't want him to fight. They didn't want the rematch Deontay Wilder again. You know what I'm saying? So they want him to fight somebody else. And you know one thing is, you know, I'm not mad at Tyson Fury, but I just didn't like the fact that he was luring us on. You know, that they was in negotiating and, you know, that he was going to get a 50-50 split. I can see it was a 30, what? You know what I'm saying? You know, 40 split. You know, what's that? He was going to get, what, 30 million, then Deontay was going to get more than that. I can see why I see if Deontay was going to give him that money like that, something like that, he didn't want to take the fight. I can understand that then. You know what I'm saying? So, but like it's a 50-50 deal. So to me, I think this is a duck. You know what I'm saying? And on the other hand, he said, this is what Tyson Fury said. He said, I will fight anyone in the world boxing. Don't use boxing politics as an excuse not to challenge me, the linear heavyweight champion. But you know what there is? What he just said with this is, I'm on Twitter right now looking at what he said. And he said, I will fight anyone in the boxing world, which I think he will, but he haven't called out Ortiz yet. Luis Ortiz. You know what I'm saying? That's one person he haven't called out yet. You know what I'm saying? So he fought Deontay Wilder, and some people think he won, and I think he called out Anthony Joshua too. So, but see, this is the thing. It get kind of crazy a little bit. He said, "Don't use boxing politics as an excuse not to challenge me, the linear heavyweight champion." Which ESPN and Bob Aaron, you got them in the mix and stuff like that. That's gonna make it a little bit tougher to make the fight with Deontay Wilder, because at first it didn't have you didn't have a new network, and you didn't have another person or another promoter like Bob Aaron negotiating your next fight. So it will have a conflict of interest for the next fight. I got a funny feeling that he might fight Deontay Wilder for the fifth if he got a contract for 5 fights. I think Deontay Wilder might be the 5th person that he'll fight. Or maybe the 4th person. I'm thinking, because you're not going to put him in there with a dangerous person like Deontay Wilder for his first fight and getting knocked out. I think the second fight, I think Deontay Wilder's going to do much better. I think he's not going to be anxious. He's not going to be overwhelming. And he's not going to be excited, that much excited, because that was his first pay-per-view, y'all. So you got to give him some kind of credibility to it at the same time. But that was on him. He missed his shot to a certain degree. I mean, to knock him out. But at the same time, it ended in a draw. And I mean, the belt still. That's still a win for Deontay Wilder to a certain point, because he maintained his belt. He didn't lose his belt. If you have to say it like that. But at the same time, Tyson Fury, he still had no belt. You know what I'm saying? And he's going off this. I'm still the linear heavyweight champion, like he got a belt. You still got no belt, man. So I mean, he's gonna use that. Then he's using the thing. Well, I beat Deontay Wilder. They just didn't give it to me. You know what I'm saying? I knew he was gonna use that too at the same time. Which I'm not mad at him. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I think that he beat Deontay Wilder in that first fight. But it ended in the draw. Tyson Fury, you gotta, rematch him again. I don't know, that's on you if you want to rematch him later on later in the year or next year, whatever. That's on him. You know what I'm saying? But who he gonna fight in the heavyweight division is gonna be really entertaining. I mean, there ain't too many people in the heavyweight division: Anthony Joshua or Luis Ortiz or Deontay Wilder. And that's what Deontay Wilder fighting somebody else too, Donovan Brazil and Dylan White. You know, so but Deontay Wilder has some people he can fight, but it ain't gonna be entertaining like he versus Tyson Fury and versus Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua haven't fought no elite fighter compared. I mean, towards Klitschko, but he was like he's on his way out the door. I think he came out of retirement too at the same time, if I'm not mistaken. But this is what Deontay Wilder said to Tyson Fury. He said, "You sorry motherfucker. We knew you only said this because you knew you wasn't fighting me next. clout chaser. You requested a warm-up fight first. Emoji laughing. I don't blame you though. I probably would too if I saw my brain splashed all over the canvas. You know what I'm saying? So that's what he said. And you know, one thing is, that tells you a lot about Deontay Wilder, man. Psychologically powerful. Got the eliminator in his hand. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, one thing is, I'm not mad at Tyson Fury for taking that. Well, I don't know how much money they actually gave him, but the line thing, I don't like that. I didn't like that, lowering us on and stuff like that. And you know, one thing is, you know, Tyson Fury, what he could have did is, I say, look, he could have said, well, I don't want to fight Deontay Wilder right now. Let me take another fight, and then I'm gonna fight him. Then nobody wouldn't be talking about as in a duck or whatever. He's just using his platform, ESPN and Bob Arum, as to not fight Deontay Wilder right now. If you didn't do that, it would have been different. You know what I'm saying? It would have been much different to me. I would have been like, he fought Deontay Wilder, so let him fight somebody else, and then let him fight Deontay Wilder off the second fight, even the third fight, I would say. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. But at the same time, that tells you a lot about Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury at the same time. Psychologically, they're different. You know what I'm saying? And Tyson Fury is a very skilled fighter than Deontay Wilder. I definitely would say that. You know what I'm saying? But it's all about that second fight, y'all. Who determines who holds that WBC belt. But right now, it's in Deontay Wilder hands right now. It might stay in his hands for a long time, so we got to see. So what do y'all think about Tyson Fury not taking a rematch with Deontay Wilder? Do you think this is a duck? Do you think, or do you think it's not a duck? Do you think it's you know, he was the contract he has is supposed to fight maybe, I don't know how many elite fighters in well, it's only a certain elite fighters in the heavyweight division, not that much. But in his contract, he ain't supposed to be fighting Deontay Wilder right now. He's supposed to be fighting. He might be fighting. He's going to fight somebody else, and then maybe his fifth fight, whatever, he might fight Deontay Wilder. Because I don't think his contract is guaranteed, but I don't know that. I don't know because I'm not there in negotiating with Tyson Fury to see how much he's getting and is the contract guaranteed or not, whatever. But at the same time, what do y'all think about Tyson Fury? Is this the duck or is it not or whatever? But leave a comment at the bottom of my page, subscribe to my page, like my page, hit the bell icon for new notifications, new videos from me. This is JT from Above Below the Belt. All right, bye.